Hello and welcome again to this week's video. So this is going to be a general reading for the week of the 8th to the 14th of April. I thank those people in advance who have previously watched the previous videos and liked, shared, commented and subscribed. I welcome any new subscribers and I thank you so much from my heart for that support. So I am trying to grow the channel and I'm trying to just kind of get more people interested in what I do and see and obviously help more people as well with the guidance and messages that come through. So I thank you in advance for that. So this week's reading is going to be, it was just going to be for a particular area because I did kind of put a post out on my Instagram on my story to kind of ask anyone if they wanted any specific areas, guidance in specific areas, but didn't really get too much feedback from that. So what I'm going to do is just do the same as I did last week. So that would be a half and half reading, so it would be to do with careers and purpose and work in part of the reading, and then relationships in the next part of the reading, and then any support that goes along with the cards that come out. Okay, so I'm using the same decks as before, so I'm going to use the Work Your Light deck for purpose and career. I'm going to use Romance Angels for relationships and the Carl Gray Angel Prayers for any supportive messages that go along with those areas. Okay, so I'm going to begin and just going to shuffle the cards as I did last week as well. It seemed to work that way. So what guidance do we need for this week in terms of work, career, life purpose? Oh, okay, it's quite a lot came out there. Oh, okay, so we're just going to go with all of these. I like it when they come out in a bunch. That's a lot easier for me. Okay. So the first card we've got is Play. I love this card. So this is about getting in touch with your playful side, your childlike side. So it's connecting with that inner child again. It's really doing what lights you up, what brings you joy. And I think we kind of talked about that briefly in the last reading. So we talked about doing things that really light you up, that make you smile, you know, things that you just love to do, like in terms of like hobbies or interests, or but with this one I'm getting a sense of not worrying about work, not worrying about your life purpose, not worrying about where you're meant to be, what jobs you're meant to do, what career you're meant to be in. You know, just stop worrying about it, just let go and just be in your joy. Okay, so just do things that you enjoy, just spend time with friends and family, just kind of play, you know. That's what it's saying. It's just like, let yourself play, just let yourself be you and doing the things that you love and doing things that you enjoy, and just let go and just be yourself. Okay, because when we connect with that side of us, when we actually do things that bring us joy and make us happy, and we connect with our hearts, that's when we kind of clear our energy, we clear anything that's blocking the way for any inspiration to come through, any ideas for career paths, you know. I think when we're constantly in this mind process of, you know, oh, what should I do, or I'm really stuck, or I don't like my job, or I don't know where the hell I'm going, you know, and you're constantly worrying about it, it kind of blocks the way for good things to come in. It blocks the way for, as I say, inspiration to come in, creative ideas. It blocks the way for you to just be you and just know yourself and know where you want to go. Okay, when we actually make space within ourselves to hear our inner voice, to hear our heart, to hear our intuition, we do get those ideas come through. You know, we get a clear pathway like shown to us basically. So yes, this is just to say to just play and just have fun and don't be so serious, it says here as well. Okay, don't be so serious. So I don't think we need any support for that one, so I'm not going to ask the angel cards for that one. And the next one is soul family. Okay, so just show you that close. So soul family, this is to do with, again, I think it's like similar really. It's hanging around with people, and this has come up quite a few times in the last few weeks. So maybe this is something that's just not being heard. So I don't know whether people have been watching the videos or not seen the videos, and this message just keeps wanting to come through. It's like, connect with those people that know who you are. Okay, connect with the soul family, your soul family, the people that really are connected to you, the people that know you, okay, that really see who you are. They see your heart, they see what a beautiful person you are inside and out. They see your good side, you know, as well as your bad side, but they see the good things that you might not necessarily see, okay? So you need to hang around with those people more. You need to hear what they're saying, because often we put ourselves down. We don't think we're good enough, you know, we can't see our skills or abilities. We can't see all that. So we need that reflected back to us sometimes. And there's people in your life, and there's always going to be one person in your life that can reflect those good things back to you. Okay, so please look for those people. If you haven't got those people, look for them. You know, connect with people that that share the same interests as you, that are going through difficult things like you are. You know, maybe those people will they'll be like you, so they won't be able to see their light, but you'll be able to reflect their light back to them, and they'll be able to reflect your light back to you. So it's worth connecting with people who are maybe going through the same difficulties, and you can just share that and you can help each other. Okay, so it's worth just connecting with those people. Yeah, it just says you don't have to do it alone. Okay, so you don't have to like worry so much about everything and stress and be stuck in this place on your own. I've had this kind of stuck energy myself just lately, and I referred to it as feeling like I'm stuck in mud, and I feel like I can't move from it, but I'm not meant to, which is another thing. It's like you're meant to be stuck in this place for a reason, but with this card, I'm sensing that someone needs to come and sit with you in the mud. It sounds strange, but they need to just sit with you and keep you company in that place. So it's worth just thinking, you know, I am meant to be here at the moment. There's a reason I'm meant to be here. I'm meant to just sit and wait and be patient and, you know, maybe clear some stuff and clear my mind, and that person will come along, or you need to find that person to sit in the mud with you to help you clear that stuff, okay, to help you clear the way, to become unstuck, and eventually hopefully you'll all both get out together and help each other out, you know. So that's the vision I'm seeing from this card. I don't feel like I need any support with that one. Just gone really dizzy. I don't like slightly dizzy, so I don't know if someone is feeling dizzy lately. Maybe it's that sort of head spinning thing, you know, like with your head spinning with all these ideas and all of these worries and concerns. But yeah, you really do need to, I feel like, to just pause and to just take a breath and just look around you and be more present and just pay attention to kind of where you are. It's almost like I just felt like someone is stuck in the mud and they're just like looking at the mud around them, and they're like, okay, I need to just get my bearings and just understand where I am and pay attention to my body, pay attention to how I'm feeling. You know, it's that kind of sense. It's like to just get present with where you're at, who you are, how you're feeling. Okay, that's just seems really important, and it seems like that's going to be a grounding thing. It's going to really help you to ground. Sorry, I'm being distracted, so that might be another thing, might be being distracted. Being distracted by things, and that's another thing that kind of, yeah, it's, you know, if you're being distracted, you need to come back to you. You need to become present, okay, in your body and your mind. Stop being distracted. Stop coming up with all these ideas and thinking you need to be somewhere else, because you don't. You just need to be where you are, okay? So thanks for that. That card distracted me there. Okay, we got this card last week. Answer the call. So there's still someone, or say someone, there's still people out there who are, they're waiting for something to come in, okay, and it is going to come, but there's definitely a message of stop thinking about it, okay, stop over analysing it, stop. There's a huge message that's come through for me this morning about obsession. So if you are following me on Instagram, please check out that card today, where I mentioned about obsession, because if you're constantly thinking about this thing that you're waiting for and you're constantly just obsessing over it and gluing your mind to it, basically, it's really it's like clinging on, and it's going to push it away even further, okay. It's gonna just, yeah, it's just gonna fog up your mind, and it's gonna cause any blocks to other things, any other ideas, anything that's going to help you. You need to clear that, okay? You need to let go and clear that. That doesn't seem like a huge message. It just seems like maybe one or two of you are like that, but the rest, I feel like you are just like waiting. And there might be a sense of impatience going on there as well. So it's to say to just be patient, just wait, just hold still, okay? Just stay where you are. It is coming, but you do need to just breathe. Again, it's that, stay still, breathe. And then last week's message was with this card. I don't know if it's the same message, but I'm just going to say it anyway, just in case. It's if you didn't watch the reading, or if you didn't really take it in. It's to say to answer your calling. So if you do constantly get an idea that comes up and you keep batting it away, or you keep making excuses, it's to say that there's a reason for that coming up, okay? And I did post another post about this on Instagram. I think it was yesterday's reading or the day before, and it was about what you constantly think about. What is that thing that you constantly think about that maybe, you're fearful about, maybe you keep putting off, or people are trying to put you off, but you feel in your heart that it's right, okay? That's the thing that's meant for you, okay? So don't ignore that call, okay? Don't, like, it's almost like when you get a call and you see an unknown number and you just leave it, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna answer that because it could be like a telesales person, and if they don't leave a voicemail, then sod it, it's not important. But in this situation, it is important to answer that call, okay? So maybe you've forgotten that your voicemail's not set up, and you're getting this call and you really do need to answer it. You might take that literally, and if you do, well, I hope that is something, but this is just kind of with regards to the situation. It's, listen to what your body's telling you, your mind's telling you, unless your mind is the fearful voice, don't listen to that part. But if your heart's telling you something, if your intuition's telling you something, and it keeps being persistent, there's a reason for it, okay? So just answer that call. There's no further guidance on that one. And then we've got, I think this one came up last week. So there's definitely, there's either someone's not watched last week's reading, or they've not listened to the message and it needs to come through, because we're getting similar cards. So this is break the chain again. So generally when I do readings, I don't get the same cards in, if I do 2 readings in a row, I don't normally get the same cards. I do normally get different ones. So there is definitely a reason for these coming out again. There's 3 cards that have come out again. So for people who are worrying about their career, their life purpose, their work lives, please do watch that last video if you can. If not, the message from this is to break any patterns, I'm sure this came out last week, but this is to break any chains of negative thinking, negative thoughts that you may have been kind of on it's on a loop constantly, of you telling yourself like negative things, and yeah, this is just like stopping those, changing those, breaking those patterns, turning it around, okay? So start thinking good things about yourself, or start noticing things that you may be doing over and over again, that aren't helping you, that are blocking your way. Maybe you're not feeling like you're good enough for a particular job because you haven't got the experience. But actually, if you think about all of the jobs that you've had over your lifetime, you might find that you've got transferable skills. So you might find that a really good communicator, but you might not feel like that will help you in this role, but it will, So start looking at what skills and abilities you've got from other jobs, maybe courses, maybe volunteering work, maybe your interactions with people in your daily life. Those things can be transferred into this new career path that you want to do, this new job, so look at that. Okay, so that was only a short message with that one. And no further guidance needed, I don't think. I'm just going to get rid of these. This one, that's strange, I don't normally do that until the end, so I've just cleared all the other ones out of the way. So it must be to do with this one. So this one is awakening. Okay, this one is actually to do with you changing as a person. I feel like this is a major year for that. I feel like the last few years for a lot of people have been very difficult. They've been a bit wobbly, a bit up and down. I feel like a lot of people haven't really known who they are, where they're going. They have been caught in these patterns, and this year just feels like there has been a major shift, and a lot of people are kind of shifting how they see themselves. They're shifting their awareness. They're becoming more aware of who they are, who they want to be around, where they want to be in life. I've just heard that a lot of people in their 30s are going through this. So I don't know if there's a lot of people in their 30s watching this, but I feel like it's mainly people in their 30s. I haven't got, early 30s, late 30s. It's just people in their 30s or maybe coming up to their 30s. And it's like this, it's kind of like, when you get like a midlife crisis, even though it's not midlife, but when some people get midlife crisis and they evaluate their life, but I feel like this is happening earlier. So I feel like there's a new wave of people who are younger, and they're actually feeling like they need to evaluate who they are and evaluate their life, and all of the things that they've been going through previously. I just feel, when I'm speaking about this, I feel so much energy coming up, and it feels like an urgency to do it. It feels like someone's really like feeling this urgency to change as a person, but not to please other people. It's to please them. Okay, it's to start looking at what they can do to improve their own lives. So it's not, I want to improve my life for this person or other people, because maybe you have been someone who's constantly trying to please other people and make other people happy and change the way you're being to please other people. But actually this is, no, I want to do this for me now. Like, what do I really want? What do I really like? What do I really love in life? What connects to me? What makes me happy? This is really important. It feels like really such a strong message that a lot of you are feeling like that. You're starting to like stop, and it's like I've just been reminded of that mud again. So I've just been reminded of, this is why you're stuck in the mud. Okay, this is why you need to just stop, and you need to focus on you and really pay attention to how you're feeling, your thoughts, your surroundings, what's going on for you, where you are. That's actually a really good place to start. It's like, where am I right now? Because a lot of people are constantly worried about the future, or they're constantly worried about what they did in the past and how things affected them in the past. But actually the most important place to start is right here, right now. Okay, so that's how I started my own self-awareness journey. I got stuck, and I was like, right, so how am I feeling in this moment? What's going on for me right now? And just stopping and evaluating who you are, how you feel, like I said loads of times. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but it really needs to drum in to you, like, just stop, stay where you are, just evaluate, okay? So there's definitely this awakening thing going on for a lot of you, and it's it can be scary. It can be a completely new way of being, like a new, completely new phase in your life, and it can be scary. It can be daunting. It can be concerning. You know, if you do need any support at this stage, I am more than happy to support you with this. So please reach out. Yeah, I'm really happy to help anyone who's struggling with any new awareness, any confusion of what's going on in your life right now, because this can be a difficult place to be, because a lot of people don't actually go through it in your family, in your friendships at the same time, so you're probably alone in it as well. So yeah, reach out to either myself or anyone who is going through a similar thing. As I said before, get that support. You know, don't be alone in it in the mud. Okay. Oh, definitely feel that energy. It's like, yeah, I feel for you. It is such a hard time. I actually feel quite emotional with it as well, so I don't know if someone's getting emotional hearing that, because it is such a hard time. I'm going to get the support cards for that group, because I definitely feel like you need support right now. So in terms of that whole group of cards there and the people that are affected, do we need to hear any support? Yeah. Okay. Oh, definitely feel like you need to breathe. It's weird when I do this. I pick up feelings in my body as well, which can be, when I first started this, it was like, oh, I don't like this, but I quite like it now because I feel like I'm really connecting to you. I'm just going to get a drink. Okay, so these are definitely connected. The first card was transformation. So you are going through a huge transformation, okay? And this actually came up upside down, so in reverse. And what that means is it is a very difficult time when you're going through this awareness, self-awareness journey and this transformation period, okay? You can feel like you're all over the place. You can feel really dizzy. You can feel upside down. You can feel like your world has turned upside down, okay? But it's just to ground yourself. So I've just heard ground yourself. So maybe like look up grounding techniques. Look up any meditations, anything on YouTube that is about grounding that will help you. Being distracted again. Don't be distracted. Stay as present as possible. Okay, and just know that you will get through this. Know that this is probably the most difficult part of your new awareness journey. Okay, so if that gives you any reassurance, any support, I mean, obviously you will come up with this journey. Unfortunately, there are, along the line, there are things that will come up, but you'll know how to deal with them better in the future. So it won't seem as daunting and as confusing, as all over the place as it does now, okay? So that's why I said, if you need any support at the moment, please reach out to me. I'm happy to give you some, I'm happy to listen to you. I'm happy to give you any further guidance through readings, or, if you want to book a one-to-one session mentoring with me, I'm happy to do that, okay? Because this is the time when you will feel the most up and down, wobbly, not knowing what the hell to do, not knowing who to reach out to, okay? So I'm going to go over to the next card because I feel like it's really connected. So this is Divine Physician. I think that's what it says, yeah. And this is Archangel Raphael. So Archangel Raphael is, I'm holding my face up, is about healing, okay? So this is a very healing time of your life, okay? So if you're in your 30s, which I'm getting, even if you're not, but it does seem like a lot of you are in your late 20s, 30s, and you're going through this change, this shift within you. This is a very healing time. So this is a time that you need, okay, I'm hearing. So over the years, you've been through experiences in your life, maybe trauma, maybe a lot of grief, maybe, just difficult experiences, but you've had to go through these to get to this stage to then start evaluating it all. It's almost like you've life is I see it like a university of life, and you're kind of learning all these lessons, and then you know, I feel like this is kind of the exam period, maybe, where you're kind of gathering it all up and you're evaluating it all, and you're learning about why these things happen to you, okay, why they've happened to and how they are kind of creating your future, and how they how do I say it, you know, just the reasons why they're there, you know, how they've made you who you are today. Okay, that's like what I'm hearing. That's the main message. That's the main lesson you're receiving. Is this is a really healing period, and this is meant for you. This is meant to help you grow and learn and create your purpose. This can catapult you into your purpose, because if you actually do the work and you actually welcome it in, and you're actually willing to listen and to pay attention to, you know, what you're being taught. It's almost like I keep seeing this school, so I keep seeing like people at school or at college, and there's a few people in the class who, you know, the teacher's kind of trying to teach them stuff, and they're just messing about, or they're being distracted by other people, or they're not really paying attention. You know, they're just like in a world of their own, and they're not taking it on board, and those people aren't really going to succeed. You know, they're the sort of people who just end up just doing a boring job that they're not happy in for the rest of their lives, and they're not going to have a fulfilling life. Whereas if the people who are actually paying attention, they're sitting there, they're listening to the teacher, they're taking it all in, they're writing it all down, they're really taking on board what they're learning and paying attention to, you know what's going on. They're the people that are going to succeed. They're the people that are going to know where they're heading in life, you know. And so this keeps coming up. It's like a healing thing for you. It's to heal those wounds. It's to learn the lessons that you need to learn to grow into the person that you're meant to be, okay, and to direct you into where you're meant to go. So I don't know how that's supported you, but I feel like that would have helped in some way. Okay, so I'll put those aside. Now this is a bit of a long reading, but obviously meant to be a long reading today. So I'm going to have another drink. I used to love my Beauty and the Beast cup. Okay, so this is relationships. Now, I did hear that this isn't just romantic relationships this time. It's to do with friendships, family, but it's also to do with how those relationships with your friends and family affect your romantic relationships. Okay, so that's kind of something that's come through even without me looking at the cards. So I'm going to shuffle the cards. Oh my god, wow, that just flew out there. Wow, that never happens. I'm going to turn that one out. I feel like to turn that one over for the time being because it's quite distracting. Okay, so there's a reason for that. That's pretty thrown me. Anyway, so what do we need to know in terms of relationships for this week? Oh, there we go. With regards to romantic relationships, friendships, family, is there anything that we need to know for the week of the 8th to the 14th of April? I'll do one more. Again, so strange, we've got two cards that have come out. That came out last week, didn't it? It's so weird. Okay, so what have we got? Okay. So we've got Deception, which is the first card that flew out of the pack. I'm going to tune into this. Okay, right. So this is connected actually to the last pack. This is about awareness again. You know, this is a major part of what you're going through in terms of awareness. Again, this might relate to the people that are going through a self-awareness journey again, you know, having these shifts go on within you, or it might be someone who isn't, you know, they're actually, you know, they're not that aware, they haven't started any type of self-awareness journey, they're just literally watching this because they're curious. And this is for people who are wearing a mask, okay, and this might be yourself wearing a mask, this might be someone not literally wearing a mask I've just like picked up on someone like laughing, thinking about people wearing masks. I don't know why. Maybe that's just me and my silly sense of humour. But you're not going to start seeing loads of people wearing masks right around you. It's not Halloween. But this is to do with people not being themselves, okay? So people maybe putting on masks for protection, for safety, to protect themselves from getting hurt. Maybe they're acting differently to what they normally do. Maybe you've seen a change in someone, whether that's your partner, your friends, your best friend. I feel like it's someone close to you. So maybe it's like a best friend, or a partner, or like your mum or your dad. It's someone very close to you, okay? And I feel like they maybe have changed suddenly. And again, if your best friend is in their 30s, this might be why. They might be going through that confusing time, where they don't know who they are and they're just learning and they're protecting themselves and it's all confusing, So it might be that. It might just be that they are just, maybe they're, I don't know. I feel someone's really confused. Someone's really confused about a situation and they're not sure how to deal with it. So all they're doing is they're putting up this front, okay? They're maybe acting very differently to what they normally do. Maybe they've started snapping at you more. Maybe they've changed their interests and they're completely like going off and doing these different things that they don't normally do. Maybe, and that can be a good thing. That can be that they're discovering, what they like, and that's a good thing. So don't be scared about losing people to that sort of thing, because they are just trying to find who they are, okay? So I feel to tell you to be compassionate if they're doing that, okay? Because that isn't always a bad thing. Like I said, this might be you. This might be you putting up some kind of protection, some kind of mask on. Like maybe you're smiling when you're not happy. Maybe you're telling people you're okay when you're not. And this is to say, if you are doing that, to just open up. Please pay attention. Be in that mud thing. Pay attention to what's going on for you. Are you really being honest with this person? And maybe you can't be honest with this person because they are making you feel unsafe. I don't know whether you are maybe evaluating your relationships and you start feeling unsafe around someone and you're not sure why, but you can't be yourself, and that's not healthy. So if you do feel like you can open up to them, please say how you're feeling. Just say, I don't feel safe, something's changed. If you don't feel like you can open up to them, distance, I'm hearing, is the best thing, okay? Distance and hanging around with people that you can be yourself with, okay? But maybe there's 2 or 3 people who are wearing masks, like not being themselves. I don't know, but it's definitely people who aren't being themselves. They're changing the way they're being around you, or you're changing the way you're being around other people. But there's, a message about open communication being the most important thing in this. Okay. And then we've got chemistry. So I am feeling this message about obsession coming through on this one again. So this is like, so chemistry, you feel like really drawn to someone. You feel like, hang on, I'm just trying to tune into this. So someone's got your attention, okay? Someone's really got your attention and you cannot stop thinking about them. You cannot stop looking at them. Maybe you're like checking out the social media a lot. Maybe you're talking about them a lot. But I sense a feeling of uncertainty within you, or confusion. Again, that confusion. And this might actually be linked to this other cards. This might actually be linked to masks. Maybe the other person is putting on a mask, not being themselves, or you are. Yeah, okay. This is about you changing who you're being because you're so, like, magnetized to this person and you're losing a sense of yourself, I feel. Like, you're, So she's like holding on to something here, and I feel like it's kind of the light that's within everyone, right? Everyone's got like a light within them, and I feel like she's kind of like looking at it, and it's not in her, like she's playing with it. It's like, and then he's kind of like holding it, so she's kind of giving that light to someone else, right? She's not got a hold of it herself, okay? So and it's out of her body, so it's not a part of her anymore. So it's almost like she's lost a part of herself. And this isn't directed to just females. I'm saying her because it's a woman in the picture, but this could be male or female. But I feel like this person that you're thinking about a lot, that you're focusing on, has taken your attention off yourself. Okay, so there's a real strong message here to focus on yourself, to get in alignment with yourself again, figure out, you know, who you are, what's important to you, get clear on what you want, what you don't want. Okay, is this person going to fulfill that? Okay, I'm feeling like I need some support with this. I'm stuck a bit, so maybe that person is stuck. So what support can we have with regards to these cards this week? Oh. Even the support cards are confused. I don't know. Right, what support can we get with regards to the chemistry card? Let's just go. You're really confused right now. You just don't know what to do. All over the place. Okay, I've got two. Let's see. Hopefully these will help. Okay. Yes. Oh, thank God for that. Okay, so brilliant. Shine your light. Okay, so this is the light I was talking about that's within you. It's to pay attention to the light within you. Okay, what's really good about you? You know, start writing down all of these lovely things about yourself that other people might tell you, that you believe about yourself. Really connect to the good parts of you, okay? Really connect to what you offer other people. You know, you might be thinking, this person can offer me this person can do everything for me. You know, I'm going to stick with this person, you know, I'm going to focus on this person all the time, and I'm going to think about this person all the time because they can bring me all of these lovely things. But what can you bring yourself? Okay, so I feel like it's really important to look at what you can bring others, so what you can bring to others, so what you can bring to this person, because you might not even be thinking about that, and also what you can bring to your own life. Okay, what can you do for yourself that will make you feel whole again, that will make you feel complete again? Because we can't be with someone, or we can't be around someone if we, you know, and give them a perfect relationship, or be in a perfect relationship ourselves until we are in a perfect relationship with ourselves. Okay, so that's a really, really strong message there. And honour your feelings. I love this card. I've actually been really connecting with Archangel Haniel lately. She's come through in a lot of readings. She's come through in a lot of messages lately. She is the angel of intuition, but also honouring your feelings, honouring who you are, listening to your body, listening to your needs. Okay, so it's really important to listen to what's important to you, your needs, you know, how you want to feel, you know, how do you want to feel in relationships, you know, whether that's partnerships, you know, with a partner, whether that's, as I say, with your family, friends. How do you want to feel around these people? You know, how do you want them to make you feel? How do you want to make them feel? But most importantly, you know, your feelings are the most important thing, okay? Your needs are the most important thing. So take care of yourself and really focus on what you want, what's important to you, and your feelings and your needs. So I'm so glad they came out. Okay, so that was a bit of a long reading, but I really hope you stayed to the end. Thank you so much for tuning in, listening. Please like and, you know, subscribe if you haven't. Click on the little bell if you want notifications of when the video is going to come up, and please send me a private message. Connect with me on any of the social links below, and comment if you want to. I think I've said everything. And if you want a private reading, please do feel free to comment or to connect with me any way in which you can. So yeah, thanks once again. Thank you, and I will see you all next week. Bye bye.